War victims often suffer from a mental health condition called post-traumatic stress disorder. This disorder occurs when a person experiences or witnesses a traumatic event, such as violence, death, or injury. It can cause symptoms such as flashbacks, nightmares, anxiety, depression, and anger. These symptoms can interfere with the person's daily functioning and quality of life. It can also affect the person's brain structure and function, making it harder to process emotions and memories. Here's a real story about a man who is completely healed from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Joseph watched in horror as his father screamed and thrashed, his face twisted in agony. The old man was haunted by the 3 big green frogs that stalked him everywhere. Joseph knew they were not real, but they were as vivid as the nightmares that plagued him every night. A few months ago, their small city had been reduced to rubble by enemy bombs, and countless people had perished or been maimed. Joseph and his father had miraculously survived, but the old man had lost his mind in the process. Joseph tried to soothe his father, but it was useless. He wished he could take him to a hospital, but they had no money and no way to get there. The war had left them in misery and despair. Joseph's only friends were Rachel and Christina, 2 other orphans who lived in a nearby shelter. They often came to check on them and bring some food.
What can I get you today? We have bagels, pizza, and of course hamburgers.
I'll take 2 pieces of pizza, 2 bagels, and 2 hamburgers. I will bless John, Joseph's father.
Joseph felt hopeless and helpless. He loved his father, but he didn't know how to save him from his demons.
I'd like to share with you a message of hope and comfort drawn from the words of Jesus in the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 11, verses 28 to 30. Jesus tells us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and receive my instruction, for I am gentle and humble of heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is sweet and my burden light."
John, Joseph's father, chose to pray to God since he was so concerned about his health. Regarding God, he knew very little. So John prayed and said to God,
God, I don't know if you hear me. But if you do, can you help me to be healthy again and be able to take care of my lovely son Joseph?
Met Jim. He was the pastor of a small church that was destroyed during the war. Jim was preaching the good news on the street, and he said, "If somebody needs freedom, peace, and happiness, I will pray for you." John was delivered that day, and he began to read the Word of God and assist to all the Pastor Jim preach. He meet new people who, like him, was also delivered. After a year, John decided that it was the time to help others.
"Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light."